The Prince of Wales and the Duke of Sussex, well, sort of reunited on Thursday. Well, they were in the same room for the funeral of their uncle, Lord Robert Fellows.
Yes, the Reverend Anne Tansey of Shettingham Church in Norfolk said it was more of a surprise to see Harry in attendance than William, who was expected and has been seen in the village before. But whilst he was holding the reception, he didn't remember seeing the brothers talking to each other at all.
Let's talk to royal correspondent and writer Michael Cole. I mean, this comes as no surprise, Michael, does it, that, you know, they're even behind closed doors, they still don't want a lot to do with each other.
Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, Anne. You know, this is a great story. Is he Houdini? Is he James Bond? No, he's Super Prince. In one bound, he's from teeming Los Angeles to the sleepy Norfolk village of Snettisham. Nobody saw him coming. His PR people said he wasn't coming because of concerns about his personal security. The villagers didn't let on. And yet, there he was, in the flesh, with the bristly ginger beard, sitting discreetly, it was said, at the back of the church, St Mary's, for the memorial service for his late uncle, Robert Fellows, who was married to Princess Diana's older sister, Jane. He wasn't expected. It was a big surprise. Nobody saw him on a scheduled flight. So how did he get there? Did he fly in a private plane to nearby RAF Mara? We don't know. We do know that his older brother also entered discreetly, also sat at the back, but away from Prince Harry. They did not look at each other. Certainly Prince William did not look at Prince Harry. And talking about a reunion, well, there certainly was not one. The interaction, you couldn't say it was minimal, it was invisible. So what do we make of this? Well, the two brothers have always been close to their Spencer family, and they did admire Robert Fellows, who was the late Queen's private secretary. But what are we to read into that? There they are in much, much happier days with their father. If it was an attempt by Prince Harry, and it may well have been, to open up a peace feeler to his brother, well, I don't think that's going to happen. There's going to be needed a great deal of fence mending before that relationship is ever stable and friendly again. Shall we say about fences, about as much fencing as it would need to enclose the whole of the 20,000-acre Sandringham estate. So it's odd, but it's quite clear that Prince William is in no mind to forgive his younger brother for all the slights and the unkind things he said, and also written in his autobiography, ghostwritten by an American journalist, like I said, biggest seller in the world, biggest selling autobiography ever written, and the paperback edition has just come out this week too. Interestingly, perhaps this is also a token of, shall we say, an attempt at reconciliation. Prince Harry has not added any chapters or forward or afterward to the book, and he's not going to be promoting it. But it's still out there, and it says some bad things about our family. Prince William could probably cope with that, but his younger brother did an unforgivable thing for most men. He criticised his wife. He criticised Kate, Princess of Wales. So no meeting of the brothers at all, no reconciliation, and indeed no reunion.
Yeah, we'll leave it there, Michael. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, it's far too much to call it a reunion, even though the press are sort of trying to wish that upon them. There's no way.
No. No, I think the damage has probably been done now. Some things you just can't go back on.
You could argue, though, that Harry's trying. He's showing up occasionally, isn't he?
Yes, but there's things that have been said.
I know. Would you forgive? I don't know.
Stuff that hasn't made the press that you just think is not.
It's going to take an awful long time, even if it does ever happen. OK, to William and Harry, Stephanie, in the Mail, didn't exchange a word
at their uncle's funeral. I mean, not even a look by all accounts.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. These are brothers who've been apart, who haven't spoken since the Queen's funeral, and there's been so much damage that's been done that I can't imagine at a memorial service is the place where they're even going to begin to try, you know, mend their broken relationship. But the thing is, they are brothers, so they are forever going to be tied in situations like this when someone passes, or if there's a family tragedy or event or celebration, they're always going to be tied together. And I just think it's such a shame what's happened to these two boys. You just think to yourself, like, as brothers who've been through such traumatic experiences together, it would have been lovely to see them actually have a close bond. I feel like forgiveness is very far for these two. I think, especially on William's side, I think William's got a lot on his plate at the moment, and the last thing he can be thinking about right now is trying to mend fences with Harry. And I think maybe Harry probably did the right thing if this reports are true, and not say anything to William. It sounds like it wasn't the time or the place.
No, I mean, I can't help wondering, at least Harry showed up. And he didn't make a big fuss and hasn't given interviews and all. Is he trying to mend fences just very slowly?
I think on a human level you would think he probably would want to, wouldn't he, would make up with his brother. I mean, they're going to be around for a long time to come, and it's incredibly sad, as you say, Steph, you know, that they have this bond as brothers, been through so much, and yet can't even talk to one another.
Well, the thing is, Harry's in a hard place. It's like he's with Meghan and she's not going anywhere right now. They're married. And so I can imagine the family would find a very hard time thinking, OK, yeah, we may want Harry back, but now Harry comes with Meghan. Yes. They come as a team, so...
And they're currently at war with the government over their security detail. They've taken the Home Office to court over that, and the whole thing's just such a mess, really. And as you say, I don't see any reconciliation between the brothers anytime soon.
No, but maybe there'll be a reconciliation with the King.
Yeah.
And that will start things very... Because he's taken lots of religious advice, hasn't he?
Yeah.
What to do and all the rest of it.
I just don't know.
Well, as a father, you know, you want to have a relationship.
But look what Harry said in the book about Camilla. I don't know how you forgive that.
He's made it difficult, certainly, and also the way he behaved, you know, his grandmother's final years, you know, all the tumult.
I mean, a lot of people getting in touch this morning and saying he's made his own bed, now he's lying in it. It's uncomfortable.
The problem is there's things that have been... I'm in a difficult situation. There's things I've been made aware of that have been said that haven't made the press that are just unforgivable.
You mean horrific. From Harry?
And from Meghan. That you just can't move past from. You couldn't move past from. And so,
which would explain why William is so opposed to any reconciliation.
It's the trust. Once the trust is gone.
Whereas the King, being an older man, I mean, he's even said it before, why do you have to give me such troubles in my older years? He's obviously thinking of his own sort of life and thinking, there must be a way that I can reach out to Harry, and he's been taking religious advice on him. He must be so upset.
And maybe we all need to spend our hard-earned cash on buying luxury goods from Meghan. From Meghan and her American Riviera orchard.
Well, she had this fancy launch 5 months ago for it, where she got people excited that she was coming out with this lifestyle brand, but it's gone awfully quiet. I know when she did announce the launch around the time, that was when Kate's cancer diagnosis came out, so I knew that she'll probably just be quiet. But since then, she hasn't produced anything. It's gone fruitless. She sent all these lovely jars of jams to her celebrity fans, but there's been nothing since. I know
there's been nothing on sale.
Nothing on sale.
To buy.
The website looks sparse, but as well, Meghan is quite a busy woman. Like, they do these quasi-royal tours. So I don't know what her plan is with this brand, but I sometimes feel like she's the jack of all trades and masters of none, because if you've got several projects on the go, how do you actually commit to one and make it work and make it last?
Well, apparently this is what potential investors are saying. They're saying, well, we'd be interested in investing if there was anything to invest in. But at the moment, there's no product.
Yeah, if you've not got anything to sell, then you're not going to.
No, the pay. I'm just looking at the page. It's totally blank. But you can join the wait list.
Yeah. But that's been 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
very odd, isn't it?
trademark issues. That's a problem which may be a cause of a delay. And, you know, her camper saying that later on this year she's going to be doing a full launch for it. So hopefully it's something that actually takes off for Meghan, because I feel like she's tried the podcasts, they've done the documentaries. She needs something which is actually going to be her own and not to do with the royal life. That's what she needs to establish herself as Meghan, the businesswoman now.
But you're right, you mentioned those tours that they do, which are quasi-royal tours. You think, well, if you're trying to get away from the royal family, why are you doing these sort of royal-style tours?
Them famous.
But
if you were an investor, that's the only thing that's their USP.
Absolutely, it's a very odd one.
And yet they've rubbished it.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a bit of a dilemma.